I had an extended tummy tuck. Abdominoplasty is the real word, isn't it? A proper word. Mr. Richards. Wickham. Hi, Wickham. Well, at the Shelbourne. I'd already been recommended Mr. Richards, and they said, you will really like him. And this person knows me quite well, and she said, you will like him. But I did go to see two other. The first, I just felt he was dismissive. He said, and the only thing I really remember of my consultation with him was, this is not weight loss surgery. And I wanted to shout, I've just lost over 7 stone. I know it's not weight loss. I've done that. I want you to get rid of what I've done to myself by putting that weight on. And I just felt he didn't listen. And then I went to see another person in London, and of the 3, it was the only one I got charged for, £200 and something for a consultation. And the minute I walked back into the waiting room, my husband said, you weren't happy, were you? And I said, no. And I was really quiet. And we walked down Sloane Street, and he said, what's the matter? I said, she's not doing it. I'm not coming here. I'd rather put up with the way I am than have that. So he said, what about the one that Julie recommended? And I said, yes, I'll go there and see one more person. Because I knew it wasn't what they were telling me they were going to do, it's whether I liked that person. And immediately I felt at ease with you and him, and I just felt I'd be happy for him to do it. I knew that I would be safe in his hands. I don't know how I knew, but I did. And I was. And he's just amazing, absolutely amazing. I can't praise him enough. And I wish I knew lots and lots of people who were in the same situation as me, because I would just recommend him. Unfortunately, I mean, if anybody asked me, I would definitely recommend him, but I don't know enough people to sort of go around saying, you need to go and see him. I met somebody whilst I was on holiday, and her friend had lost 10 stone. Now, she unfortunately can't afford to have it done, so she's having it done on the National Health. But I have told her that I gave my details to this lady and said, if your friend wants to call me, I'm more than happy to talk through what I've experienced, because it is major surgery. And, I didn't just have the little bit at the front that the yummy mummies have. I had to go all the way around the back as well. I've probably got 4 inches or something at the back that's not been done. When I started my diet, which was in January 2011, I actually naively thought I would get to my goal by Christmas, and I thought, right, that would be fine. And I knew within 3-4 months that what was, as somebody awfully termed, an apron was not going to go away. I was going to have to get tough with myself and be strong and have it done. And I actually thought that I probably would be able to have it done that January. So I actually have 18 months of thinking about it. Only because somebody had recommended, where I gave him my facial, she recommended him because she'd worked with him. And she said, I just know you'll like him. And I was there one day when we were talking about it, and they gave me the number. And then I looked at it and immediately made an appointment to come in. That was fine. I managed to get an appointment within quite a short time, probably 10 days or something. Oh, it was lovely. I can remember saying, I've already seen 2 people, and one ignored me, and one was telling me she was salivating over what she was going to do. And I can remember just standing there, just jumping up from my seat and saying, and all I want is this to go away, because that's all I wanted, was somebody just to take this away. And I just felt like he listened, and he was so gentle. And then you spent ages with me going through what would happen and what would happen when I woke up the next morning and you would come to see me and various things. And although I was really, really scared, I just still knew I had to do it. It was, I was going to go through that, and somewhere I was going to find that courage to get it done. And I do remember him saying to me, this is different to going in for surgery because this is something you've chosen to have, and if you go into hospital and you're ill, you don't actually know what's wrong with you. But with this, you know at the end you're going to have the result that you want. And oh my goodness, I've gotten far more than I ever expected I would have. I can't believe what I've got. As I got a get well card, which arrived the day after I came out of hospital, and it's from the girls I used to work with, and it said, we are so proud of you. We can't believe that you stuck to it for all that you've lost, all that weight, and this is the final step of the journey. And it was the final piece of the jigsaw, if you want to put it that way. Sounds corny, I suppose, but it was, yes, I'd lost the weight, but I still, if I wore tight, well not tight, but fitted jeans or anything, you just had this big lump around the middle, like it was like wearing a rubber ring all the time. So now I don't have that. Everything's smooth and fitted, and I've even got a bikini. Yes. Yeah. I do, and I feel like I've got back more confidence for some reason. I was absolutely terrified that first morning when I woke up about having to get out of bed, because I knew that I couldn't lift myself up and I couldn't. And unfortunately, until much later on that afternoon, no one had actually shown me how to get out of bed until one of the nurses came and said, look, you need to put your hand on the edge of bed and roll yourself out. But I hadn't been told that, so I was still trying to pull myself up like you would normally, which was really uncomfortable. But once I've been shown and I could get out, I do remember the one thing, and it still sticks in my mind, is standing at the sink unit cleaning my teeth thinking, oh my goodness, they've left a piece of board or something in my tummy, because it was so flat and so hard, which I guess was the amount of stitching in the front, thinking, oh, I don't think this feels right, and oh, I don't look like I normally do. I could see the silhouette of myself and this. So although it was uncomfortable, there was this overriding sense of, oh my goodness, like, just being so thrilled about it. But there's no point in denying it. I had a friend that had warned me she'd had a cesarean, and I'll tell you now, it is going to hurt like anything for the first few days. But once you get to Saturday, it'll all start to get better, and that's what I kept thinking. Saturday, and then every day just seemed to get better. But it was almost like there was a turning point. Every Tuesday I would get up, which was another week on. I think, oh wow, I can do that now. And I didn't feel comfortable driving to begin with. That was an issue. But most of the things I did follow exactly what you told me to do. I stayed sitting down, but I would get up and wander to the kitchen to get a glass of water. I drank lots of water. I tried to high-five foods because that was my only downside. I got really, really badly constipated, really bad. Nobody could have prepared me for that, I don't think. That was because I was so frightened to go to the toilet as well, because you just think, oh my goodness, that's all the stitches open. That was horrendous. I phoned the doctors and they faxed down a prescription which gave me some drink things, and they gave me some suppositories, and I just had to resort to those. Unfortunately, the prune juice or fig juice, whichever, didn't work for me. However, the one person who recommended Mr. Richards, where she had her surgery, they actually gave that to them as part of their going home package, a bottle of the juice. So I'm wondering maybe if I'd taken it to begin with, maybe it might have helped. But my sister, who's a nurse, just said to me, it's the codeine. The minute you stop the codeine, or the sooner you can stop the codeine, the better. But there's nothing else to take other than the codeine. Oh, without doubt, absolutely, definitely. Oh, absolutely, definitely, yeah. Yeah. No, I want to thank you because I don't think I could have done it without the support. You know how many times I had to come back because I couldn't even change the dressings at home. And I was coming in every week